Hi everyone, my name is Tiffany. Thank you for joining us here at the San Francisco YMCA for our Classrooms for All. Our activity today, which I'm really excited to share with you, is what I like to call tile marble fire, or marble fire art, whichever you would like to call it. First, before we get started, I'm going to go over all of our supplies with you. So first, our supplies that you would need are a ceramic tile. I'm using a simple square tile. You can get this at Home Depot, Lowe's. You can buy them individually or in packs, less than $1 each. Or option B, if you don't have a tile and you have something at home, any picture frame. You can use the glass in the picture frame. Secondly, just as an extra safety precaution, I have a cooking tray, a metal cooking tray, and I've lined that with foil just to have an extra layer of safety. For this activity, you don't want to do it on top of a table. I would recommend putting something underneath it for the experiment that we're going to do later on. So, first and foremost, for this activity, you will need some safety goggles. Later on in this activity, you'll always want to wear this when you're lighting matches or fires of any sort. Also, you'll need a little bit of felt, or you can also use cotton. This is optional. This will be glued to the back of your tile just as a little safety, because this can be a little rough sometimes. Also, some rubbing alcohol. I went ahead and put mine into a spray bottle. It allows for easy spraying on top of the tile. A hot glue gun. Please be safe with this. Grab an adult whenever you're using a hot glue gun. Also, you'll need an array of permanent markers, any color, and a lighter. I recommend a lighter that has the extra handle on it and the full length. Also have an adult anytime you're using flames or using a lighter at all. Grab an adult no matter what. All right, for this activity, first thing you're gonna wanna do, take these goggles, put them on. Always want to be safe. Secondly, if you have long hair like I do, I'm going to put it up so that it is out of my way. I'm going to take my tile, go ahead and put it on the tray just to have that already there for when you spray your alcohol. That alcohol will run off of the tile, and just keep it on that tray so that it doesn't run anywhere else. All right, so now that we have all of our supplies laid out, we're gonna go ahead and start with our art. Simple enough here is you can pick any color that you like, however many colors that you like. Get creative. This is your art project. Be as unique as you like. So I'm gonna go ahead and take just 3 different colors for now. And I'm just gonna color an abstract picture all over my tile. You cannot mess this up, so do not be afraid about how perfect your picture is, what colors you're using. Anything really works. You can get as creative as you'd like, which makes it really fun. And I like these colors together, so I'm just gonna place them all over my tile. That one doesn't want to work. There we go. You can leave your tile with some space, some white parts as well, or you can use as many pigments that you'd like. I like mine to be pretty much covered because I think it makes the colors bleed a little bit better. And that's what you're gonna do down the road. When you spray the alcohol, it's gonna make those colors bleed together. So I find that the more color that you have on your tile, the more mixture it allows for. I like that. I'm gonna do one more color. I changed my mind. I need a little blue in here. There we go. Okay. Awesome. So now that we have our tile, I'm gonna move quickly so that it doesn't dry. We have our tile all set. Like I said, it doesn't have to be pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and spray that rubbing alcohol all over. I'm gonna take this cap off as well, just so I can have a little more array or versatility within my colors. So it's gonna sit on there. Be sure at this point, once you spray your alcohol, you have an adult because you will be using this lighter. Depending upon how old you are, I recommend that you always let your parent do this. Also, if you can't do this inside, you can do this outside. It's actually more safe for you to do it outside. So make sure that if you are doing it inside, you're in a well-ventilated area. So now that my colors are working together, are bleeding together right here, I'm just gonna pick up my tray and move my colors around a little bit. I'm gonna take a little more rubbing alcohol, bleed that on, and then be careful, I'm gonna light it. And you can see this one has a higher flame. So make sure that you step back after this is lighting, because this alcohol is gonna burn off very, very quickly. Woo! As it's burning, you'll see the marble effect within the colors, the chemical reaction between the alcohol and the colors. And once it burns, you'll see this marble effect burn right into your tile. Wait a few more minutes until after you notice no more flames. This tile will still be very warm. I mean, you just had flames on it. So let it sit and let it cool off. And then you can admire your marble art and the finished product. Or now that I've seen that this flame is gone, you can actually draw on it a little bit more if you want to add a little bit more of a diversity to it. But right now, I'm gonna hold this up so you can see. You can see the marbling through the colors. And I put quite a bit of rubbing alcohol in mine, so my colors dissipated pretty quickly. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more to my colors. So if you need a paper towel, grab a paper towel. I'm gonna let that sit on there for a little bit so it picks up some of this alcohol. And then you can draw on it a little bit more, adds a little more color variety to it. So I'm just gonna keep adding some more pigments. And then you can stop when you're happy with your results. It's just a fun way to change up some experiments and some artwork. So I'm gonna go ahead and light that one more time. Ooh, that one lit up. Make sure you stay back. It's so cool to see the effect that the marbling and the alcohol are having on the colors. Such a cool experiment. Ooh, awesome. Okay, so once this part is over, you're gonna wanna let it dry, let it sit and let it cool off as well. And then you're gonna take your felt. Like I said, this part is optional. So I'm gonna pull my tray to the side, let that cool down. And then I'm gonna take my felt and I'm going to cut a square out the same shape as my tile. Once you have your tile done and you've gone through your experiment process, make sure you move that to the side and let that cool down first and foremost, because you just had a flame on it, it's gonna be really hot. Then you're also gonna want that alcohol that's still rubbing, the rubbing alcohol that's still there, you're gonna wanna let that dry a little bit so you have more of a marbling effect on top of what just burned off. Optional part of this is the felt, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut out, it doesn't have to be a perfect square, I'm gonna go ahead and cut out just a little piece of it. And then I will hot glue gun that onto the back of my tile. This can be used as a coaster, this can be used as just a decorative piece of art in your home or as a gift. Just a really fun art experiment to have that you've created for yourself. So now that I've had this sit for a little bit, it still needs to do a little bit of drying, which is fine. I'm gonna take my paper towel and dab that a little bit. Awesome. Take my hot glue gun. I'm gonna just bring it along the edges of my felt so that I know it's gonna stick to the tile pretty well. All right, it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't need a lot. Pat that down. Let that dry for just a minute. And as you can see, the felt is a little bit over top of my tile, totally fine. You can take your scissors from even after this point and cut those edges to fit really nicely. Just like that. And my marker does need to dry a little bit more. So I'm gonna put this to the side, let it dry, and then another optional step, if you want this to be more set in place, you can take some simple hairspray from home, and after all of this is dry, just do a light coat of hairspray on it, and it will set your artwork in place so that it won't spread. Or if you'd like, you can go get some clear acrylic coating from the Home Depot if you have that around. Use that, but hairspray also works great. And there you have it, guys. You have your awesome tile fire art experiment, tile art, if you'd like to call it that. And that's it. Something really fun, super easy to do. Again, thank you guys for joining me. Again, I'm Tiffany from San Francisco YMCA. Come join us again at YMCASF.org/classrooms4all for more videos just like this one. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Did you know that YMCA of San Francisco never closed? When shelter-in-place happened, we could no longer provide in-person programming. We quickly shifted to provide youth and family programming virtually. As early as April, we started providing on-demand activities in our YMCA of San Francisco YouTube channel.
For this video, we're going to be making a geodesic dome.
Today, we're going to be making a hovercraft. The science around this activity is really awesome.
In addition, we have a regular schedule of activities for our youth and families to join live. We feature read-alouds, yoga, family Zumba, arts and crafts, drawing clubs, and more. So don't miss out on our virtual youth and family offerings. Visit www.ymcasf.org for more info and class schedules.